WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, often reviewing rare and exotic whiskeys. I think this qualifies. Redbreast Cuatro Barriles Edition, 4 barrels, Whiskybase 250772, the part of the Iberian Series, bottle 2024, travel retail exclusive, 28,000 bottles, by the way, 46% ABV. I paid at the Dublin airport 108 euros. Ouch. I find that a little bit much. Now, this is only available at the Loop, which is Dublin, the Cork duty free at the moment. And yes, I had the opportunity to try this. So I was at Whisky Live Dublin 2024. You may have seen some of my videos popping up on your screen or on your recommendations here. I interviewed about 55 different of the different exhibitors there. Had a great time. This was the 3rd year in a row that I've been doing this. It was fun. It was informative. I hope you get a lot from it. So I flew over Friday morning, got there at 12:30 basically, or 1:30 when the thing opened up. Went in, did my reviews, was there until 9:30 at night. Went to my Airbnb, spent the night. Next morning started editing a little bit, doing stuff. Went back to the exhibition, was there in 10 till 9, came back home, ate something, went to sleep, and took the bus to the airport on Sunday morning. So Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m., I'm at the airport. Flight leaves at 10:30, and I go up to the Loop. I go up to the whiskey. This nice little lady there. I ask her, hey, I looked at the 3 different place of sales where they had the bottles and so on, and I was like, where are the airport exclusives? I was standing beside one. I was standing here, and it was here. It was right beside me, right under my nose. And I was walking over there. This guy comes up. Sorry, I forgot your name. You said, hey, WhiskyJason, I know you from YouTube. I was like, and he helped me. And he was one of the most informative, helpful, supporting, polite, friendly staff member I've ever experienced at the Loop. Well done. So tell your boss, show your boss this. I was 5-star, more than satisfied. And you actually said, hey, you can try this. I said, well, I'm going to buy it anyways. Don't you want to try it before? I was like, of course. And so his buddy behind the counter poured me a little bit. I tried it. Oh, I loved it. And the thing is, this is the 4 barrels. We have normal bourbon barrels. We know that from Redbreast. We have sherry barrels. We know that. Probably oloroso. Let's say, do they even say that oloroso on the thing here? We have in the back of the box here, salted caramel, blah, 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 matured in the finest oloroso. And then they have Tawny port. So what are we going to compare it with? Tawny port. So put this over here. And what I don't have is they had European virgin oak. So virgin European oak in here. That's kind of interesting, to be honest. All right, so this over here in Germany, 46% only Tawny. So we have the bourbon, sherry, and Tawny port. The only thing missing is the virgin oak. This costs about 75 euros. All right, you can get it cheaper, I know, but you can get it for 75. All right, so we're just going to compare these two. Now, in my German video, what I also did is I also compared the normal cask strength, which I'm going to put in the middle here. So this is the 21, what is it called here? The B121 with 56.3%. Why am I putting up this as well? Because this is 79 euros. So we're still talking about almost 30 euros cheaper than this. This is a no age statement. This has a 12-year-old cask strength. Oh, yeah, by the way, the 12-year-old statement is disappearing slowly but surely. So they just write out the word 12 here. Even on the here, it's 12. It's going to go to the back, and they're going to get rid of the 12-year-old statement here on the cask strength. Sad. More demand than they produced 12 years ago. So sorry. So I'm going to try to put this over here. Move this here, move that here. So I have all my things here together. All right, good, got it. Here we have our 12-year-old in the middle. Here we have our 4 cask Cuatro Barriles. And here we have our port. Question of the day. You can answer this already. What is your favorite Redbreast? My favorite Redbreast is 21 years of age. Now, I know there's some Dream Cask, and I know they just finished the Dream Cask series with the Zenith. But out of my price range. Even the 21 today is out of my price range. Usually I recommend then either the 12 cask strength, 70 euros, or I recommend the standard 12 years old, which is about 50 euros. You can go for the 15-year-old Redbreast, 85 euros. It goes up 35 euros. I just don't get that part. The Lustau, 70 euros. No age statement. Very, very nice. Very, very good. The 21 at the moment, 180 euros over here. People in America are going like, buy it. It costs 300 plus dollars over here. It's like, no, I used to pay 109. Now it went up to 179. Just like, ouch. I was spoiled. For choice with Redbreast. So, all right, and this is basically 80 euros at the moment. 108 euros. Is it worth it? So we're going to nose it. Beautiful, beautiful sherry, port, and wood. I get wood. I get European wood. I get dark chocolate. Very nice. The 12-year-old cask strength. Oh, pure pot spice, wonderful aroma, flavor. Bam. And the port. Much sweeter, much more syrupy. These and this are almost the same. This just has a European version oak added. Don't know if there's any other differences, but from the figures that I have, bourbon, sherry, port, tawny port, bourbon, sherry, tawny port, and European oak. All right, let's try them. 46% first here and then there. Wow. If you're looking for something from Ireland that is wow, I'm going to say this. You have a thickness, you have a syrupiness, you have the chocolatey, dark chocolate moment of the European oak. And nothing's competing. It's just complementing each other. And this has one of the longest finish that I've had for an Irish whiskey in a long time. I'm thinking, I have an Irishman 17-year-old, which I think is one of the best Irish whiskeys ever produced, ever. Ever. If I mention that, the Irishman 17-year-old single cask sherry, one of the best Irish whiskeys ever produced. Now, this is not exactly 100% in that league, but it's almost. I'm going to give this a B plus, A minus. Now, if you know my channel, I do not give out A minuses hardly ever. I do every once in a while, but this is fantastic. Would I like to see it at a more approachable price? Yes. Am I going to see it at a more approachable price? No. They're being flipped in the secondary market for 180 euros, and people are buying them. All right. So if I were to go back to the distillery, I can't buy it at the distillery. If I were to go back to the airport, Dublin airport, I would buy more than one. Does that say something? Value for money. I'm just going to put it a solid C. Not everyone out there is going to be 108 euros for whiskey. But I would. So maybe even a C+. The value, it's not a great value for money, but it's a wonderful, wonderful taste. This is so, I still have it. It's still there. It's still going. This is great, great, great stuff here. All right, so I have the tasting notes. So on the nose, I should get toasted wood, bam, with a decadent and enticing selection of fresh and dried fruits. I would have just said with a selection, including notes of freshly picked plums. I still have the plum in my palate. Raisin, figs, think fig Newton, still there, orange peel. Aromas of sweet vanilla with light dustings of nutmeg, carefully balanced by nutty and herbal undertones, while the pot still spice, yes, enhances the overall body and complexity of this wonderfully balanced whiskey. Yes, it is woody. It is a little bit more on the woody side, but it's so good. On the taste, I should be getting rich with spices of cinnamon and nutmeg at first, with delicately drying tannins thanks to the toasted oak and wine seasoning. The spices quickly subside to reveal generous waves of dark berry fruits. Yes, marzipan, don't get it. Smoked almonds, what is a marzipan made out of? Almonds, don't get the smoke. And salted caramel, maybe. And the finish is satisfyingly long, totally agree. The pot still spices are first to fade, while leaving the oak and fruits to continue lingering effortlessly until the very end. And I must agree. Most of what they wrote, true. Wow. That's some good stuff, all right? So it's still there. It's still there. I made the mistake of having actually the second whiskey at Whiskey Live. Sorry, at the Loop at the airport, which was just a brand. They don't have a distillery. It was cheap. I think the bottle was 40 some euros, and I just tried it. I took one sip and put it away. After this, almost everything tastes so la. Now let's go to our Tawny port. Does it taste so la? I love port wine. I drink it twice a week at least, in the evenings with my wife. She drinks a beer, she drinks a wine, I drink port wine. I just love it. The port wine influence is very evident here, almost too sweet for my palate today in comparison to this. Very, very good. It's a good, very, very good. But it's very sweet, almost sickeningly sweet here for a whiskey. Now, going over to the 12-year-old cask strength, I would have thought, WhiskyJason, I would have thought that this just would mop everything off the floor. But wait. Alcohol, okay, but the 46% is still enough. This has more astringent. It has a little bit of the mouth puckering astringency that I was not expecting. Even towards the end, there's a wood astringency. The 12 years, I'm not happy to say this, are almost, in comparison to these two that are not that old, almost too old. Ooh, how can I say that? I know. Age matters. Age is important. Well, depends on what cask you're using, what climate you have, and so on. If I were to pick number 1, number 2, number 3, I still think this is a great value for the price. Pernod Ricard, Midleton, Redbreast, do not listen to me. The price is absolutely the limit of what I'm willing to pay. No more. It's still a good deal. This with 70 some euros is okay. A little bit less would have been nice. This at 108 is over my limit, and yet I would buy another bottle. You like what you like. What is your favorite Redbreast product? At the moment, Cuatro Barriles. It's beautiful. The 12 is great, the normal. The 15 is a little overpriced at the moment. The Dream Casks, way overpriced lottery. But this, only available at the airport. So sorry. Make it more available to more people, please. This is really good juice. Thank you very much for watching, liking, subscribing, telling others about this crazy guy over in Germany tasting a lot of whiskey and sometimes even fantastic, limited, rare and exotic Irish whiskey as well. See you real soon. WhiskyJason. Bye-bye.